So today we are going to make a delicious soup. So first we need to grab our pot, and this pot will not be big enough. We need a pot super sized. So we need to the pot pretty big. Not that big. Something like that. Now we grab our where is it? Right here. We grab our table, and this is when we start prepping.
Someone else can have it.
When we start raising,
No. Why?
we start raising our table up. So then we start getting our stuff.
Why? Yeah, I don't want it no more. You want it? There you go. Oh, yeah.
We start getting our stuff ready. So where is it? We grab our cutting board. This is our cutting board, and we start getting our food ready. So first we grab our tomato, and then you realize, oh gosh. So you cut your tomato, and then you gotta freeze this stuff. If you don't freeze it, then it will try to fly away. Oh, you gotta really back up. Like I said before, we gotta cut our tomato. So we start taking limb by limb off. And once we cut our tomato, we want it really diced, like to the point where it is just dust. Okay? Then we toss the stuff into the pot. So, oh, there it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry about that, Racine. 6, 7. Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. We don't want to grab the wrong thing now, do we?
I'm actually done. You can keep on saying it until you're done laughing. Then I'll give it to you.
8. Now, if you're wondering why it's floating, it's because of the thing. You know, it don't really go into the pot well, so you just gotta keep grinding it. And then we grab our corn. Right? You cannot have a stew without corn. You can't have a stew without vegetables. So, we just cut this up, and we first take off the feet. We first like to take off the feet, and then we first take off the feet. And this is when we just screw the cutting board, okay? We just don't like the cutting board by then. We take off the arms too. Don't forget the shoulders, but make sure the shoulders and arms are kind of together, because then it does something like this, and we don't want that, because that's how it gets rotten, right? And then you take off it like that, and then you put the feet by the arms, and yeah. And if that doesn't work, then you usually go up and down motion, and you usually want it pretty beaten like this, where the head is off. If the head is not off, then it is not good at all. Now we put the corn in the pot. So you gotta count how many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, see, you can't miss anything, even if it's on the floor. It's called a 5-second rule. 7. Ooh. 8.
But you can't watch out now. Also, it's goes up.
9.
Bubba ugly.
Now, see, these pieces we don't like. We throw away those pieces. We don't like the feet because they smell weird. We don't want a smelly thing. Right? Now we add some potato. Okay, because you can't have a soup without at least some form of mash in there. So we want it collapsed. We don't want it apart. We don't want diced tomato right now. We don't want it really that diced. So we just do this, this, this. Okay, you want it pretty big. So we put that in, and then we put that in. And like I said, we always want the head, but we do not want the feet. We throw the feet away. Oop. We throw that away. Perfect. Perfect. Now that we got some soup form ready, mix it around just a little bit, just a point where we just like to mix it around, just mix it. Just mix it around. Woo. And now that we got that mixed, we want to add just a tiny bit of flavor. So I like to add, I like to add a little berry, just a tiny bit of berry, So we we usually want the head of we don't want the head of the berry. So we gotta get that head off of the berry. Like I said, we just want a tiny bit of berry. So this is a little bit of berry, but we don't want that. We want a little bit more than that. So we take the berry. And we just plop it in. Plop it in. See, there's still a lot more berry. We don't want to waste this kind of berry. So we will be making toast with it. But right now, we'll do that later. But we have to go shopping for that. So we only added a couple pieces of corn. So what I like to add is just something I like to call extra fruits. So we add some of this, some of that. And then to show a little flavor, we add some of this. Just a pumpkin, just a regular old pumpkin. We add some corn. We add some more corn, And like I said, we gotta add some fruit. So we want to add, like I said before, some nutrients in it. So what I like to add is what do you call it? It's very delicious. It's called acid. We only do this for a couple of certain things, but we won't be doing that right now, but we will be using that later on. Now, what we do is we take our spoon. Hold on. I'm sorry about that. We take our spoon and we stir it. Alright, that's good enough. Now, you see that we want it like this. This is a perfect soup base. Perfect. Perfect. Now, we want to take this stuff out. So, what we do is that we take our bowl. Oh, we don't want to break the bowl. There we go. And then we start just putting it in. So we take that one in the bowl. That one in the bowl. Oh, we just spilled some. It's okay. We just start plopping that in. Oh, look, a little insecticide that we put in a long time ago. Oh, yes, perfect. And this is when you start realizing the soup bowl is getting filled up. It's perfect. It is perfect. Now the thing is, we got to go shopping. Because remember, I told you we would make a jam. A nice jam. Like a pretty good jam. I know it's weird, but we're gonna be mixing a lot of things with the jam. But that isn't till I'm done with the soup. So now we got broth. We got the broth, and we can always, now we just delete that. Oh, we still got a couple more things down there. Hold on. Whew. Delete. Okay, now we got that. So now we start looking. But wait a minute, we don't have any bread. But seems like there's no bread. So toast. Maybe. Perfect. But seems like these already have jam on it. We don't want that. So we want to look up toast, bread. And we're going to just see. There we go. Now, there is only one selection of bread. And seems like most of them are very expensive. So we take bread. Now, we watched this disgusting, horrid ad. Horrid ad that we have to watch because of the disgusting clerk. He is very, very disgusting, but we have to. You don't need to have an attitude. Sorry. I know, he's annoying, isn't he? Yeah. You'll have to deal with that. A lot. Sorry about that. Little interruptions from an idiot. But we got that. Now we got the bread. But we need the jam. So, how do we make jam? One might say. And it's easy. So, we take our blackberry. We take our blueberry. And we take our strawberry. And we like to pound those. So, what do? We get our pot. This is our grinder. Okay, so we put that in. And we put you in. And then we start grinding. Now, if you didn't know how to have a grinder. Then we do that, and we start grinding. Now, we want this thing plucked, so. Shut up. We start grinding. Now, it seems like it's the perfect consistency. So, we just bring it. And then we have our plate. Now, get our plate. And we're just gonna have some jam. And we're going to rise. Oh. Remember, okay, now we have to have a bread. So, we take our bread. We take our beautiful, beautiful bread. Oh, we don't want that type. We're gonna freeze the bread. And we're gonna get you, and we're just going to slam you onto the ground. Good, we got our bread. Now, we just want to plop that right there, right next to the jam, because we need 2 pieces of bread. Oh, seems like that bread is old. Sorry about that. Now, we take our, where is it? Plate. Right, plate. And if you don't use your plate right, it will break. So you rise. And boom. So then we take our bread and we put it. And then we take our jam. Now we want a piece of jam. Oh, a piece of bread got in there. We don't want that. So if for some reason our bread don't want to lay flat. So if we just gotta lay our bread flat. If this guy would like to lay flat, that would be very simple, but it just doesn't. So we usually take apart a couple pieces of the bread, and we'll see if it wants to lay flat now. And then we just take off the arms, okay? There we go. That's what happens when the bread doesn't lay flat. Oh, don't fall, Jam. Don't fall. And we don't want the head. We do not want the head. We already got a piece of strawberry. Okay, piece of strawberry, blueberry, it seems like. And we just gotta put more on there. Just keep putting more on there. Like I said, we don't want the... Oh no, not the bread. Oh, the jam is everywhere. Oh, it is everywhere. Well, at least our soup is still good. The bread is everywhere. Okay. Well, that is horrible, but we at least got some jam on there. So now we put our bread on top of that jam, if you would like to. And boom, we made our jam sandwich. Now, we don't really need anything else, but what I like to do is I like to get some tea. But we don't really have tea, so we're gonna get a cake, and we're going to eat it, okay? And this is how you make a beautiful dish. And this is it. We got our soup, we got our sandwich, and we got our dessert. Come again when we try making eggs on Shan't, Lot, and Drop, where you will crap yourself if you eat this food. Bye-bye.